In the shadow of the oak, where the evening sun weaves gold, I found her scarf, a faded blue. Among the leaves so old, the wind whispers through the grass, a song of days now past, along the trail where we once walked, too beautiful to last. Lost trail rode through under skies so white and blue, where my heart lies buried deep in fields that she once knew. The echo of her laughter rolls like thunder through the plains. Lost trail rode through and only silence now remains. The porch still creaks, the door still moans, the cabin stands alone, the gravel road that took her away, overgrown and stoned, where once the coffee brewed at dawn and danced into the air, now only dust motes in the sun and the weight of an empty chair. Lost trail rode through under skies torn gray and blue, ghosts of laughter in the breeze and memories that ensue. The echo of her footsteps fades down paths we used to tread. Lost trail rode through, leaving words we never said. And in the quiet solitude where the creek runs clear and true, I see her face in ripples and know some loves never renew. With every sunset bleeding red on horizon sharp as knives, I reckon time's a thief on horseback, stealing through our lives. Lost trail rode through with the lonesome wind that blew, whispering of yesteryears and the pain of starting new. The echo of our story now a whisper in the rain. Lost trail rode through, love's a memory and a pain. Lost trail rode through and I'm riding it anew, past her memories fading light under skies of somber hue.
Out where the dogwood blooms meet dusty trails of yore, under the shade of an old oak tree by the cabin with the creaky door. There where the sunset bleeds into the earth and sky, that's where I remember her, where our love did lie. She wore a scarf of scarlet, it danced upon the breeze, a laughter light as raindrops whispering through the leaves. A wagon wheel closed her eyes as the twilight fell, her whisper soft as the wind in the silence of my spell. Lonely is the saddle and empty is my bed. Wagon wheel closed her eyes and all her dreams were said. The years have rolled like river stones, worn smooth and sent downstream. The oak trees grown, the cabins aged like the edges of a dream. Gravel roads are overgrown, the trails don't know my tread. The fire's cold and the porch is still, but her memories never fled. The scarf I keep a token, it's faded by the sun, just like the love I hold for her, a battle never won. wagon wheel closed her eyes, where our love was softly shared. Now I roam these lands, a shadow in the dust, a cowboy with his heartstrings tangled up in rust. I've learned that love's a ghost town, a whisper lost in breeze, a scarf caught in the branches of weathered lonely trees. Wagon wheel closed her eyes, and the night sky turned to gray. Her memories a melody, in the twilight I replay. Lonely is the saddle, and heavy is my head. Wagon wheel closed her eyes, and with them all was said. Wagon wheel closed her eyes, oh, the price of love we pay. On the lonesome roads we wander, forever and a day.
Out where the oak trees shadow gravel lanes, I recall the soft whisper of your name. Underneath that broad brim, wind spoke through your hair. Ghosts sank the cabin, our love declared. But now the porch swings alone, creaks a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand speaks your name in this vast lonesome land. The trails we once rode, now overgrown and faint, where wildflowers mask the scent of our queens. The rain on the roof, a symphony so harsh, echoes through empty rooms where shadows march. The porch swings alone, sings a mournful tune. Sunset bleeds like my heart lost your love too soon. Every stir of the dust, every shift of the sand carries your voice across this desolate land. Saddles lay untouched, the leather's gone dry. Your scarf in the drawer left behind to lie. Does the wind know your touch? Does the oak still dream of our whispers that flowed like a mountain stream? Now the porch swings alone with a sorrowful croon. Stars watch like silent eyes under the cold moon. Every stir of the dust, every wail of the night wind hold you close in the ghost sing, where love never ends. So I sing to the stars over old ghost sank, where memories echo and my heart sank. In the silence of the night, with the ghost of your smile, I'm adrift on this trail just for a while.
Under the shade of the old oak tree. There's a grave carved with your name and a part of me. We laid our love 'neath the whispering leaves, where the wind tells stories and my heart believes. Those summer nights by the creek's soft glow, your laughter mingled with the river's flow. Oh, my heart wears the scars of your memory, like the trails worn deep in the prairie by me. Every sunset paints your face in the skies, and the tear-blurred horizon where my solace lies. Grave carved in the land, grave carved in my soul, where I buried my love, and you left a hole. The seasons turn like the pages of a book, from the golden autumns to the winters we shook. The cabin's empty where your scarf lay, on the porch where we danced in the shade we made. Now the gravel road just leads to the past, where shadows grow long and nothing can last. Oh, my heart wears the scars of your memory, like the trails worn deep in the prairie by me. Every sunset paints your face in the skies, in the tear-blurred horizon where my solace lies. Grave carved in the land, grave carved in my soul, where I buried my love, and you left a hole. With a lonesome stride, the echo of hooves my only guide. But the dust won't settle and the rain won't clean the parts of this earth where you've once been. Deep in the night I admit to the stars, I'm just a shadow tethered to the scars. Oh, my heart wears the scars of your memory, like the trails worn deep in the prairie by me. Every sunset's a whisper of your voice in the wind, a call to a home I can't find again. Grave carved in the wild under sky so bold, in the heart of the land, in the depths of my soul, where I buried my love with the secrets we told, underneath the oak where the earth holds cold. Shadow of the oak, where the wild river bends, stood an old house of wood, where my heart could mend. Echoes of laughter under that tin roof ring, scarves on the cold track whisper her name. Sunset would paint us in hues bittersweet on that old porch swing, our whispered retreat. Oh, how that old house burns deep in my soul. Flames lick the memories I can't control. The wind carries ashes where love once was stern. Under the moonlight, that old house burns. Like dust on the trail, the laughter fell quiet, the post turned frail. The oak tree once mighty now bends with regret. Saddles unmounted and tables unset. Gravel roads empty that lead to the door of the house now, but shadows, love lives there no more. Oh, how that old house my soul. Flames lick the memories I can't control. The wind carries ashes where love once was stern. Under the moonlight, that old house burns. So here's my confession by the light of the stars. A drifter finds home wherever they are. But those flames in the distance, they haunt like a curse. In every town shadow, in every verse. How the old house burns, it's out of my reach. Taught me lessons of love that no one can teach. With each flicker and ember, my lonesome heart yearns for the days now just smoke as the old house burns. Under the heavens, so vast and so stern, I carry the blaze as the old house burns. I've crossed the rivers, climbed the rise, watched red dust paint the evening skies. My boots wore thin from years gone by, chasing dreams I couldn't tie. The canyon winds all knew my name. So did the storm, so did the flame. I rode with ghosts, I rode alone. My only home was what I owned. But she was the sunset I found, burning gold where the hills fell down. She stood like peace in a world untrue, with eyes like dusk and a voice like dew. I'd seen the world from town to town, but nothing shook me, nothing profound, till she looked up without a sound. She was the sunset I finally found. She had a garden by her door, and boots too clean for riding war. Said she baked her bread by hand and read old books she didn't plan. I tipped my hat and barely spoke. She laughed and handed me her cloak. Said, "Cowboy, rest your saddle bones. Even legends need a home." She was the sunset I found, a fire that warmed my worn-out crown. I'd seen the stars, I'd kissed the wind, but never knew where love had been. She pulled me close without a rope. No tricks, no games, no lines, no hope. Just her and me and common ground. She was a sunset I found. I didn't ride to find a flame, but somehow she called out my name. And every mile I rode before led me straight to her front door. She was the sunset I found in a world of noise. She made no sound, just stood there like the end of day, soft and fierce in a honeyed way. And if this road should call me gone, I'll take her light and ride on strong. But I'll always turn my heart around, back to the sunset that I found. There's an old oak by the river bend where we carved our names in younger skin. Her laughter hung on summer's end, and that scarf she wore danced in the wind. A dusty trail, a sunset glow, her shadow long in the world below. Silent whispers in the twilight's haze, each memory now a scarf that fades. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind, now I ride alone. Years went by, the river song turned sad. Those oak tree leaves found the ground unclad. Her scarf lost color, it frayed at the seams, left in the porch swing in my silent dreams. The cabin's empty, the gravel untrod, echoes of footsteps and just a facade. Where we once danced, now only I tread with the ghost of the love that we had bred. Oh, how the winds talk down those empty roads, carrying cries of what we used to hold. Beneath the stars where wild horses roam, her scarf in the wind, now I ride alone. And in the dust of this lonely path, I see the traces of our shared past. But each day the sunset bleeds into night, I learn to live with this fading light. So let the winds talk, let them tell our tale, as I wander beneath the moon pale. Though her scarf fades, these memories won't. Across the wild lands I roam, her scarf in the wind, and I ride alone. Every sunset, a whisper of her laughter, every trail's end a chapter, and still the scarf fades, but never quite disappears, just like her. In the town of Bryan, beneath the old oak shade, I first saw her smile as the daylight began to fade. The wind whispers secrets like old friends in the dark, her laughter a melody stark against the lark. The porch creaks softly under our weathered boots, sharing tales and whiskey, roots tangled in pursuit. Sundown painted her face in hues of gold and red. In that quiet town, my restless heart was led. Oh, rye stays deep within my soul, where whispers of the wind try to console. The oak, the porch, her scarf caught in the breeze, like a lonesome song carried with ease. In my dreams she's dancing, forever aglow. Rye stays, but her love had to go. Years that turn like pages, the oak now stands alone. Gravel roads less traveled, reclaimed by overgrown. Her scarf a faded memory in the dusted lies. The cabin empty, safe from a silent cries. The rains came and washed away the tracks we made, leaving only echoes of the promises we laid. Now the sunsets bleed into a horizon unmet, in the heart of Rye, where my regrets are kept. Oh, Rye stays deep within my soul, where whispers of the wind try to console the oak, the porch, a scarf caught in the breeze, like a lonesome song carried with ease. In my dreams she's dancing, forever aglow. Rye stays, but her love had to go. So here I wander, a shadow in the fading light, an old cowboy singing to the stars each night, holding on to a ghost in the dance of the past, wondering if memories are all that will last. Yes, Rye stays where my heart beats slow, in the whispers of the pines where the lost things go. The sun dips low, the night claims the sky, a cowboy alone with his reasons why. She's a part of the land, a part of the woe. Rye stays in my soul, but I had to let her go.
I found your boots still by the door, the ones you wore in '94. Your coat still hangs where you'd let it rest, that scent of pine still on your vest. But what I touched with shaking hand was that old scarf I knit by land, the red one with the frayed up ends you wore through blizzards, storms, and bends. The scarf still smells like you, like hay and smoke and morning dew. I held it close, I breathed it in, and let my tears fall from my chin. You may be gone, but that thread's true, still wrapped in love. The scarf still smells like you. You said it scratched, you said it itched, but wore it still through every ditch. I saw it once near Canyon Cold, wrapped around your neck, fighting the bolt. Now it's folded on our chair, the one you fixed when legs gave scare. And every time I pass that seat, I swear I hear your boots repeat. The scarf still smells like you, like coffee mugs and campfires hue. I press it soft against my chest to hush this ache that will not rest. No need for gold, no grand ado, you left me warm. The scarf still smells like you. If I'd let your things go, but I said no, 'cause some threads hold more than wool can show. The scarf still smells like you, like laughter caught in sunset's blue. I'll keep it close till my time's due, then bring it with me
straight to you, no grave too far, no stars too few. I'll find you where the skies turn new, and bring the scarf that still smells like you.
In the shadow of the oak where we once lay, the grass still whispers secrets of that day. Beneath the wide, unforgiving azure sky, a rusty porch swing creaks an old goodbye. Your scarf that danced a wild crimson weave, as silent as the wind watched me leave. The wind knows the weight of untold tales, carrying love lost in its lonesome gales, whistling through the hollows of this heart, where echoes of your laughter slowly part. I ride on under sunsets that deceive. Every mile, the wind watched me leave. Now the trails blur where your laughter rang, gravel roads washed out after the rain. That cabin stands empty by the ridge, windows staring out like ghosts adrift, saddle worn from all the years I grieved. In the silence, the wind watched me leave. The wind knows the weight of untold tales, carrying love lost in its lonesome gaze, whistling through the hollows of this heart, where echoes of your laughter slowly part. Through the dust, your phantom I perceive. There in the dust, the wind watched me leave. By the flicker of the campfire's glow, I see your face in the fire's ebb and flow. A soul set free, yet chained to past regret. The wind soft sigh, a tune I can't forget. So I'll wander, let these old boots weave, passing lands where only spirits grieve. Each setting sun dips in gold to deceive, and in its dying light the wind watches me. Yes, forevermore the wind watched me leave. Oh, how silently the wind watched me grieve.
Out where the creek bends past old Josie's farm, I found her scarf a-dancing in the breeze. It swirled like whiskey in a weathered glass, 'neath oaks that whisper secrets through their leaves. We'd watch the sunset gentle closing her eyes, orange skies bleeding into purple night.
Her laughter mingled with the cricket song. In that fading light, everything felt right. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, bringing back the pain. Now the porch swing sways, but it's empty as the dawn. Echoes of footsteps like ghosts in morning fall. Where we once walked, gravel roads now lead nowhere. Trails we blazed are overgrown as if we were never there. The saddle sits untouched, the horses wander free. Life moves on past cabins full of dreams. Yet in my mind I roam those rooms again, searching for the love, the life that might have been. The sunset closed her eyes the day we said goodbye. Now every twilight sings a lonesome wayward sigh. The wind's a solemn tune that rides the dusty plains, carrying her voice, bringing back the pain. In the quiet whispers of the rain, against old window panes, I hear her name. A solitary figure by the gate, a cowboy's heart knows it's too late. The sunset closed her eyes, and so must I, to dreams of yesteryears under vast unending skies. But her shadow in the dusk, always by my side. The sunset closed her eyes, and part of me died. With every setting sun, I feel again. The sunset closed her eyes, and the night descends.
Down by old Sycamore Creek, where the waters whisper low, I found her wildflower scarf beneath the sunset's amber glow. We carved our names in the oak, where the soft winds dared to roam. In that hallowed hidden grove, where I once called her my own. But the creek waits like it knows my sins, underneath that fading sky, where her memory begins. In the oak tree, with our names worn thin, holds the tales of yesteryears and the love I couldn't win. Time has worn the wooden porch, where we danced in gentle rain. Now the cabin's empty halls play a silent, sorrowed strain. The gravel road that led her back to a life beyond the ridge turned our summer's golden tracks into winter's lonely bridge. Yes, the creek waits with its mournful hymn, echoing through whispering leaves, where our world was bright and now dim. And that oak tree, standing stark and
my own fears. Each sunset spills the same old hues, the reds and pinks of loss. As I reckon with the truth, all love comes with its cost. So the creek waits, and I'm standing still, with the shadows growing long and the night air crisp and chill. Yes, the creek knows, it always will. That part of me stayed behind in the heart I can refill. And as the stars light up the hill, I whisper to the wind, guess some hearts are meant to spill.
In a town where the oak trees whisper low under skies painted by fading lights glow, her laughter echoed soft and sweet along the dusty windswept street. We shared dreams on that old porch swing in the world where her goodbye now sleeps. Oh, her goodbye sleeps under the starlit plains where the wind sighs her name through the waving grains. Each sunset bleeds, a memory fades on lonely trails. My heart still waits in the silence of the cabins abandoned deep. There in the shadows, her goodbye sleeps. Years have worn the leather of my saddle hard, gravel roads stretch endless, starred by the weeping rains on my brimmed hat, echoing footsteps where we once sat. The scarf she left a token too steep in the world where her goodbye now sleeps. Oh, her goodbye sleeps under the starlit plains where the wind cries her name through the waving grains. Each sunset bleeds, a memory fades on lonely trails. My dreams still wait in the silence of the cabins abandoned deep. There in the shadows, her goodbye sleeps. Now the night grows cold as the fire dies to ember. A cowboy wanders, tries to remember the touch of a hand, the ghost of a kiss, how such simple love led to a void like this. Yes, her goodbye sleeps where the wild rivers meet, in the heart of the lands where our past retreats. As my song drifts over the empty plains, I ride alone with my heart's remains. In every sunset's final sweep, forever there, her goodbye sleeps. There in the silence, in the sand deep, bound to the land, her goodbye sleeps. Out on the mesa where the wild sage grows, I met her under that old weathered oak. Her laughter danced on the breeze, touching my soul in that quiet town where the river winds slow. Her scarf a ribbon of red against the earth, twirling like a promise in the early morn's birth. But those eyes are ones that shone like desert stars, now just a memory in my lonely heart's bars. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, leaving colors running, washing dreams away on empty porches where we once said our part. Now only whispers stay, and her eyes fell apart. Years have tumbled like leaves in the wind, and the trails we rode have grown over and thin. The cabin we dreamed in, now abandoned, stands a monument to love's labor lost to time's sands. The saddle hangs heavy, dusty and warm, like the heart in my chest, weathered and torn. Those gravel roads knew the steps of her boots, now they're silent as my old forgotten lute. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, colors bleeding out, turning vibrant to gray. Where laughter echoed, now the silence takes part. She's gone with the wind, and her eyes fell apart. In the hush of the night, I stare at the stars, searching for a face in the moon's gentle scars. With the wind as my companion and the dust as my friend, I whisper secrets to the shadows as I mend. Her eyes fell apart like dusk in the night, each star a teardrop she left in her flight. On these long roads where my soul can't restart, I carry her memory as her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart, oh, her eyes fell apart. In the frost at dawn, by the creek so still, where the oak tree shadows danced upon the hill, your laughter wove through branches cold and bare, an echo in the wind of the love we used to share. I rode past our old wooden porch, worn and gray, where we watched the sunsets at the close of day. But now only whispers on gravel roads remain, and the oak stands silent, enduring the rain. Cold morning drifts where my heart still calls your name, across the empty cabins, love ain't quite the same. Memories like dust kicked up by a lonesome trail, drift away on the wind, but your scent, it never fails. The scarf you left still lies upon my saddle horn, faded now like the fabric of the dreams we'd sworn. The town seems quieter now you're not here. The laughter's gone, replaced by the quiet I fear. I listen for footsteps on creaky wooden floors, and wonder if you'll pass through those swinging doors. But time's a thief and it's stolen you not spared, leaving only the shadows of the love we shared. Cold morning drifts through the emptiness inside, where my heart's a cabin with the doors flung wide. Ghosts of your laughter haunt the trails I ride, under sky so wide, where my sorrows I confide. I've whispered to the stars, spilled secrets in the night, sought solace in the moon's pale waning light. But every sunrise just tightens your absence's grip. These trails I wander without you are a sinking ship. Cold morning drifts, I'm a shadow in the dawn, riding through the memories where our love once shone. The heart may move on, but this cowboy spirit knows, in the quiet of the wild lands, old love never goes. Yes, in the cold morning drifts, your memory forever glows.
On the edge of the mesa, under the old oak shade, where we carved our names in the bark, a lifetime ago it seems. Those summers rolled like thunder beneath skies wide and gray, and your laughter mingled with the wind across the wild sage dreams. Now the wind left behind, it whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost, the shadows in the dust, each gust a gentle reminder of a love that couldn't last, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and hearts turn to rust. Years drifted by like leaves down a slow winding stream. Your scarf still hangs on the porch swing, faded and worn. The cabin stands empty, a relic of our vanished dream, where silence speaks in volumes, and I'm left here forlorn. Yes, the wind left behind, whispers through the grass, singing tales of what we lost, the shadows in the dust, each gust a gentle reminder of a scarf you once cast, on this lonesome trail where the sunset bleeds and memories just rust. In the quiet of the twilight, where the gravel roads, I found solace in the sorrow, in the pain of learning to let go. But these lands hold your echo in the whispering ferns, and I wander ever searching
stars aloft. Maybe love's just a shadow in the dust meant not to last, but I'll carry you forever in the quiet winds I've crossed. As the last light fades and the trail grows cold and undefined, I'll keep listening for you in the wind left behind.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rivers bend, lies a memory of you and the whispers of the wind. Your scarf still blue as the wide open sky flutters silent on the porch where once watched days die. And the ghosts listened as I called out your name through the crackle of leaves and the soft falling rain. In the heart of the night, under stars we once knew, the echo of your laughter and the silence that grew. Now the trail's overgrown, where we rode side by side, empty cabins, hollow roads where our promises died. That old saddle sits untouched, collecting dust and decay, like the love we left behind, fading more every day. The ghosts listened as I whispered goodbye to the dreams we had sown under that vast prairie sky. Now the wind speaks your name with a sorrowful sigh in the places we wandered, where my lone heart still lies. By the light of a fire with the cold in my bones, see your face in the flames, hear the soft undertone of a song we once sang, now a lonesome sound. It's a trail I walk alone, where my hope is earthbound. As I cried through the night, holding shadows close in the fading firelight. But the rivers keep flowing like the tears that I've shed, and the ghost of what was never leaves my head. In the whisper of the oak, under starlight so grand, you're a memory that lingers in the ghost-ridden land. With each sunset that bleeds over mountains so vast, I'm a cowboy who wanders, tethered still to the past.
In the shadow of the oak, where the creek used to sing, lies a scarf she left, fading now, a withered thing. Underneath that old porch light, where moths still dance and swing, there's a whisper amongst the shattered glass, where we dreamed of spring. Oh, the whispers in the glass, like echoes of her laugh, they travel on the wind through the past where we once walked, as the sunset paints in brass over fields that felt our past. These shattered glass whispers cut deep as I roam back. Old cabin stands, but the laughter's gone. The door swings lone and slow. Gravel roads where the marks we made, now overgrown.
They barely show, that saddle rests untouched. Dust settles where the light gets in, each piece a fragment of the days before the world grew thin. Oh, the whispers in the glass, like echoes of her laugh, they travel on the wind through the paths where we once walked, as the sunset paints in brass over fields that felt our path. These shattered glass whispers cut deep as I roam back. By the riverside the willows weep, the stones remember names. Every trail leads back to her, each step retraces flames. Maybe on some rain-soaked night I'll meet her shadow at the gate. In her silent company find peace with what I couldn't change. So listen close beneath the stars, where wild winds never rest, to the shattered glass whispers of a love once confessed, in the quiet town's embrace or the wild land's endless quest. Her memory's a melody in a worn-out cowboy's zest. Yes, these shattered glass whispers bleed in the heart they never left.
Shadows lay long by the gravel road where our hearts went strong. We carved our names in the old porch wood under skies so vast, swore we always would. But the winds got a way of wearing down stone and the dust too thick, where I now roam alone. Back road died young, left the wildflowers unsung. That old cabin's empty like the words on my tongue. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore. Every mile I ride, I'm missing you more. This heart rides trails of a lonesome song. Back road died young, and I'm barely holding on. I've seen rain wash the old tracks clear, and the saddles worn from those bold yesteryears. The echoes fade down Mustang Creek, no laughter floats, no whispers speak. Where we once danced, the shadows now fall, with nothing but silence for an old cowhand's call. Back road died young, left the wildflowers unsung. That old cabin's empty like the words on my tongue. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf you wore. Every mile I ride, I'm missing you more. This heart rides trails of a lonesome song. Back road died young, and I'm barely holding on. If these boots could tread back through time, I'd find that dusty path where your hand slipped from mine. Maybe under that endless prairie sky, I'd tell you all the things I couldn't before goodbye. Back road died young, with our dreams left hung on a branch of that oak where our song was sung. Now every nightfall your absence I mourn, by the ghost of that back road where our love was born. This heart rides trails of a lonesome song. Back road died young, where I'll always belong.
In the shadow of the oak, where wild daisies lay, I carved our names inside a heart upon that old gray bay. The porch still creaks, the cabin by the creek, where we found our dreams, but now it's just me. Oh, the bed's still made where once you lay, now it's just a shadow in the evening's jade. The wind whispers secrets through the door that sways in that empty room where our love once stayed. Years have rolled like tumbleweeds cross a plain so wide. Our trails grew cold under the endless prairie sky. That old blue scarf you left behind on the chair feels like yesterday's rain, soft, silent, and bare. Oh, the bed's still made where once you lay, now it's just a shadow in the evening's jade. The wind whispers secrets through the door that sways in that empty room where our love once stayed. The gravel road wears a veil of dust just like my heart since you rode away. Every sunset parts, the saddle's warm, boots lined by the door. Each step I take echoes no more, no more. Oh, the bed's still made where your ghost still plays a waltz of memories in the twilight's haze. And every night as the stars lay their claim, I hear that bed walk away calling out your name. So the bed walked away just like you that day, under skies vast and gray. In the silence I stay, the lonesome cowboy with his guitar frayed, singing to the wind where his love once swayed.